Hi guys, welcome to Ikon's Coach Chats. Today we're talking to Gemma Sugrue, who's the director of Voiceworks here in Cork, and you all know her from performing with Jenny Green and the orchestra. So you're more than welcome, Jen.
Thanks,
So we're going to start talking about the first time I actually met you in person was here in Ikon.
Yes.
And it was at our ID consultation with Michelle Blake,
Yes.
wasn't it? So how did you find that day?
Fantastic, really interesting. You were having a kind of a tutorial session for all of your stylists here. So I was coming in as a guinea pig, but actually left knowing a lot more than I had expected to understand about the world of hair and hair design. But it was really interesting. I learned an awful lot, and I think she really was onto something with my purse. She went into my personality, into my look, and we came up with some really cool ideas.
Brilliant. Guys, just to let you know, what we're actually talking about is a consultation that we do here in Ikon now called the ID Consultation. And during that consultation, what we did with Gemma, well, what Michelle did with Gemma was she looked at her body architecture, her skin tone, her lifestyle, even her style preferences and personality. And working through all of that, then she was able to come together with a really strong look for you, and we changed the colour a little bit, and it's really about finding out really, you know, what's best suited, really.
Yeah.
It's the whole, it's like a holistic approach, really.
Absolutely. And you know what, because you know you often get itchy feet about your hairstyle, but then end up coming back to something again all the time, and it was lovely for somebody to confirm what I might have understood to be what probably is the best haircut for me. But to have all of these like clarifying points of why, like there was a really good case put forward for why I should have hair that goes as far as here and is this colour, and I'm like, cool. Sorted.
Done.
One less decision to make in my life.
Oh, but it is true, isn't it? I mean, even with clothes, you know, we kind of like veer away from a look.
Yeah.
And realistically, we do have our own style preferences.
Yeah.
And just because something is in fashion, you know, I would wear something and people say, oh my God, I love that, but it might be too fussy or classic or something for me, so it's left hanging in the wardrobe. But I think the same thing goes with hair. We try to, like, it's nice to experiment.
Yes.
But we definitely have our own unique kind of ID as such.
Definitely, yeah. I know there's often you get those outfits that you put in the wardrobe and you're like, I'm going to wear that now. And you try and talk yourself into wearing it and you're like, it'll never get a day out, will it?
We all have it. And it's the people who should have bought it will be going, that's amazing on you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So what's going on in your life? Actually, we were talking earlier about your image and how that came about.
Yeah, I suppose I've always, I started maybe dyeing my hair blonde when I was in my teens, kind of experimenting a little bit in my early 20s, and then coming back to being blonde. And then when I started becoming a wedding singer, I was singing at church weddings. You know, there was photographs, professional photographs that would have gone out of me with long blonde curly hair, and you kind of, that became like a bit of a brand for it. And then you kind of get a little bit stuck to it. Then I started messing around and being brown and blonde, and when I ended up doing the Jenny Green gig, what I found was that because I'm at the back of the stage and the orchestra at the front, that it might have been popping enough. So I found I ended up wanting to go a bit blonder then.
And it's amazing on you, isn't it? Because we were actually talking about that like you're a contraster, so you can afford to go nice and bright with your blondes. Yeah. And your skin tone and everything can really carry it off. So,
and like I'm quite dark. Well, I suppose in contrast when you see the brown, but it is quite like dark, not dark brown, but it's a good strong brown that I am naturally.
It's fabulous on you. It really is beautiful. And tell us what's going on at the moment with you. What's going on? You're so busy. I know you're so busy.
But it's there's so many good things to do. I'm just like, honestly, every day I'm like, I'd like to put pause on all of the fun things that are happening, but then also love it all as well. What's happening? We have Jazz Weekend is the next thing I suppose that's kind of on my horizon. I'll be doing gigs with my own band over the weekend. We'll do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I do one a day is I can't. Some people can do like 13, 20, I don't know how. I don't have the stamina for that. So I just like to do one a day and really enjoy it and live it up. So I'm prepping for that. I'll be rehearsing with the band. I'm up in Dublin, living in Dublin at the moment. I'm doing classes up there, master classes and teaching and vocal coaching, and then we have our school Voiceworks, which we'll be having our show tonight. We do a live show kind of similar to something like this. Might have even gotten an inspiration from you guys. So we do that every Monday and we have different guests. But what's so lovely about something like this is that you're just connecting the dots in the community, which is really cool.
That's fabulous. That's brilliant. Did I see you were in the Opera House there? Was it?
That was Sounds from Safe Harbour. That was amazing. Oh my God, that was organised by Mary Hickson, who's just like one of my heroes from Cork. She's amazing. Everything she touches turns to magic. She's the former CEO of the Cork Opera House.
Oh right.
She's fabulous. But that festival was just, I'll never come down off it.
Yes,
it was amazing.
I mean, it was just, and it's so funny because I actually, we spoke a while ago, I said at the moment I'm living under a rock. I didn't even know that the Opera House was on, like that they were. I know, I should have. But I mean, it was sold out literally the minute they announced it.
Oh yeah, they literally. But they had events on all over. It was curated by Cillian Murphy, and like to have international acts like Bon Iver and the National and all of them part of a local festival.
Unbelievable.
It's a different level. It's amazing.
It's brilliant. It's fantastic at Cork,
I know.
isn't it? So Gemma, a few minutes ago you touched with your image and it being your brand. Have you any words of advice for a student of yours that's going into this industry, because it is quite an image-based industry as well, like putting together their look? What
I think everything ends up coming back for me to self-awareness. So if you can just constantly build your own self-awareness, and that be it about your own voice, about who you are as a person and what you're trying to project in the world, but like the more you understand who you are and what you're trying to say, the more all of the other things you'll be able to kind of pick out what you need. But like get help, get professional advice like I did here, and invest in yourself. And invest in your education about those things, like education about personal branding or about style. And you can learn from people like yourselves, style consultants in the world of fashion, makeup, and keep experimenting and having fun with it. But definitely, it is something to really think about before you start putting out or investing in a lot of like professional photographs and a website and everything. Really make sure you're representing yourself in the truest way for the demographic that you're trying to speak to.
I love that. Yeah, that's brilliant. And I love the fact that that you are, you're grounding yourself, and you know what I mean? It gives you that confidence, and you've got that authenticity then. Do you know what I mean? In your look and everything you say. And I suppose it is quite daunting though when you are starting off, that I suppose to get as much information and advice as possible. And
when you're younger, you can get really bombarded by the media and what's on the front of the covers of the magazines, or what they're wearing on X Factor, and you start slipping into, because you haven't found who you are yet, you start trying to kind of maybe become somebody that you see on TV, and it's do your best to not fall into that trap, and keep going back to who you are and have an individual thing to represent and say.
Brilliant advice. Brilliant advice. So it's been an absolute pleasure here this evening having Gemma with us to share all of her tips and tricks and advice, and I think there was some real nuggets in there, and it's always a pleasure having Gemma in here in the salon. So I'd like to say a huge thank you to Gemma.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for joining us, and I hope you'll visit again soon. Bye now.